Welcome back to Fishing for Real People. It is December in Wisconsin, which means it's effing cold out. Also means it's ice fishing season. So for those of you who don't know what ice fishing is or can't fathom the concept of ice fishing, basically it's a bunch of idiots wandering around on a frozen lake trying to catch fish through tiny little holes using tiny little rods and tiny tackle. I had the opportunity this last weekend to go to the Ice Fishing Expo in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Met up with a couple of really awesome companies there making ice fishing gear. Two of them I wanted to highlight today. They are fishingassault.com and IJO Plastics Company. Absolutely fantastic display and fantastic product. Super excited to get out and test these on the water. For you today, I am going to demonstrate how they look underwater using my super fancy high-tech underwater fishing lure demonstrator thingy. Yeah, so anyway, hang tight and we'll get a close-up on the fishbowl and we'll get her going. Okay, for starters, I'm going to start out demonstrating one of my favorite baits in the past. This is made by Big Bite Baits. This I am using 6-pound fluorocarbon, and this, I don't know if that's showing up in there, is, you can see, if I just try and hold it still, it just kind of hangs there and you got to actually impart the action onto it. And you can make it dance and whatever, that little tail does nice things, but not super impressive. Still catches fish though. This is another one by Big Bite Baits that I've had a lot of luck with. This is a little grasshopper larva. And you can see that in that green and orange color. Still, if I just do my best to hold it still, it just kind of hangs there and doesn't really do anything special. You really got to work that bait to try and get it to do anything in there. All right, moving on. Now this one is the Z-Man larvas in the black. If you watch, see how this one, with the Plastec material being so much more buoyant, it sits a lot better in the water. And that tail, now if I do my best to hold it still just kind of sits there and really doesn't do anything special. There's no like, it takes me less movement to get some action out of that tail, but it still is pretty just kind of doing nothing. Takes a lot less motion and it does sit a lot more horizontal with that buoyant Elastec, but it still takes some action on my part to get anything to move. Alright, now this bait, this is the Ice Spider by fishingassault.com in the iced rosy color. I am super excited about this one. Now check this out in the water. We're going to go ahead and drop it in there. This is designed to mimic a naturally occurring larva that appears in the lakes around the north and central part of Wisconsin. Boy, this just doesn't want to focus. There we go. Bring you up a little bit closer here, see if that helps. So you can see, look at all them little legs. Now if I do my best and I try hard to hold her still, them ends of them legs are still twitching just a little bit. All that subtle motion really will, I'm trying hard to hold her still here. All that subtle motion really drives the fish nuts. So that is the Ice Spider and the Iced Rosie. Tiny little twitches, gets all those legs moving beautifully. Can't wait to get this out. And then finally for my demonstration here, we have IJO Plastics. This tiny little critter is similar in design to that Ice Spider. Check this action out in the water. And I'm going to actually brace my finger, bring you up here on the side. That is so soft and it moves so well. Oh man, trying to focus. Tiniest little jerks. If I was to downsize this jig head a little bit, you'd see it even better, but now I'm going to really try and hold it still. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but those legs are moving a little bit. Outstanding little plastic. I can't wait to get this thing out on the water. Just a few other products I wanted to highlight from Fishing Assault. They have their little wax worms. Look at how natural those things look. Absolutely stunning plastic wax worms. And then they did the same style wax worms, but they put these UV heads on them. The other thing that they made is basically they made a wax worm paste. This is a paste that you go ahead and rub right onto your baits, and it gives it like a wax worm flavor to it, so the fish bite and hold on a little better. Or smell it and choose to bite it because it smells like something they would eat. So one other product I wanted to highlight is this bait puck made by Ice Junkie Outdoor, fellow veteran. If you take a listen, that is ratcheting open and closed. This bait puck is phenomenal. It's incredibly well built. It's much deeper than other bait pucks that I've come across. It's maybe not quite twice as deep, but pretty darn close. And with that ratcheting and positive lock top, man, this is a fantastic product. Super happy to have found this thing out there. I'll link this bait puck and all the other products that I showed you down below. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for putting up with my high-tech demonstration device, and hopefully get to see you out on the ice. Y'all take care.